I know what I said about uploading pet videos, but I need content, damn it. Hey everyone, it's me, Robert, Sergeant Picklet, whatever you want to call me, here with a brand new video. And today, I am joined here by my Kenyan Sand Boa, a snake that I don't think you guys have ever seen before, mostly because I don't think I've ever shown him on the channel before. But I had him for about a year and a half now, which I guess kind of goes to show my lack of interest in making pet videos anymore, by the fact that had I gotten this snake a couple of years ago, I definitely would have been making video after video about him. But now, not really the case. I just kind of bought him and, you know, he just existed like most snakes do. But yeah, I decided to bring him on today mostly because I decided to answer a question that a lot of people, whether they've asked it online or just to me in person, about owning snakes, and that is just straight up, do snakes make good pets? Now for me, the short answer is yes, but you guys aren't here for the short answer. You guys want me to explain why I think these animals make good pets. Or maybe you don't and you've already clicked off the video. That's fine. But yeah, I made a video very similar to this back a couple of years ago when I used to have, you know, a bad haircut, didn't know what I was doing, and probably should not have had internet access. That video is not up anymore, mostly because it was part of the purge I had against my old content because I hate it. But I decided I agreed with most of my points I made in that video, so why not remake it and add even more to it. This video is by no means intended to be a comprehensive care guide for snakes and should not be used as such. This is more of me just giving my opinions based on my own experiences on how I view snakes as pets. With that being said, if you're getting a snake, it is very important that you do research on that particular species, and that's mostly because each species of snake is obviously different. They have very different needs. So yeah, I am not going to go over every type of snake out there in this video because that would take hours. I'm just going to talk about if they make good pets or not. So hopping straight into it, one of the main points that I definitely would say that really works in snakes' favors in being pets is that they can live in a relatively small amount of space depending on the species of snake that you got. Something like a Kenyan Sand Boa, especially if it's a male, is going to stay pretty small and can live most of its life in a pretty small enclosure. I'm not saying you need to get like a tiny little box for it, just give it something that's at least big enough for it to stretch its entire body out. Anyways, the next thing that I just absolutely love about owning snakes is that they're relatively clean animals. They're not going to make much of a mess. Really, when it comes to cleaning up after a snake, all you got to do is just spot clean if you've seen that the animal is defecated, and every once in a while, I'd say probably every couple of months at least, change out the substrate for new, fresher substrate just to make sure, you know, no bacteria is growing and to keep the animal healthy. The next reason why I think these animals are so great to own is that, as you can see here, they are extremely handleable for the most part. They tolerate handling very well. They don't necessarily like it. That's kind of a easy thing to kind of trap yourself into, is that the snakes actually like to be handled. That's not necessarily true, and they will let you know if they want to be put back, or just don't want to be held, period. Now, of course, again, that just depends on the individual. Sometimes you just get a snake that just absolutely refuses to be handled, even if it's captive bred and been exposed to humans its entire life, and that's fine. Just don't handle the snake. But it's also kind of a common fear that people have of snakes, is that snakes just want to bite you, and that's just not the case. I mean, as you can see right here, this is not a vicious snake that's trying to bite me. I think the only time I've ever been bitten by my snakes is mostly a mistake while feeding them, and that's pretty much on me and not the snake. And I think that segues pretty well into the next reason why I think snakes are pretty good pets, and that comes to feeding. Snakes are very slow-moving animals and don't live a very active lifestyle for the most part. Now, sometimes they'll have to be fed more or less, depending on how much you feed them at a time, but usually it's that once a week ballpark. Now, if there's one part where it comes to taking care of snakes that's definitely kind of a turn-off for a lot of people, that's definitely what the snakes eat, in which case it's going to be most times rodents like mice. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, again, like I said, I'm probably not going to make too many of these reptile-related videos very often, mostly just because it's not my style of content very much, just sitting down here and just spitting out care tips and facts. Mostly just because, you know, I'm not really able to be that much of the YouTube haha funny man. But that's just me. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really does push me to be a much better creator. And I just enjoy putting out content for you guys. So, you know, just let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Instagram and join my Discord to keep up with more consistent updates. And yeah, bye-bye.